You have to say the words. I was a murderer. This was displeasing to God. That was life. Those were babies. So the first thing I had to force myself to do was to humanize those image bearers in the womb.
Wow.
And then, you have to express this truth. Some people choose not to do this, but I had a very candid conversation with my now husband and my children. The best way to teach them about the sinfulness of humankind is to show them that their mama was a sinner, right? A lot of people can't do that, but God enabled me and strengthened me and equipped me to do that. It's all a part of the story and the journey, but definitely humanizing those image bearers, talking about what I did in very real terms, but then accepting the free grace of God that he bestows upon all those who repent and believe, and then trusting in what the scriptures actually say. No one is beyond the point of being redeemable.
Right.
The scriptures have been such a healing balm for me in that. And then God was able to bless the fruit of my womb. I didn't think that I would ever be somebody's mama. I did not. I was just like, because that second abortion was so traumatic physically that I just thought that it could not happen for me.
Are you able to talk about what happened?
Yeah. There is an abortionist in Atlanta by the name of, I don't even have a problem saying his name, Tyrone Malloy, who has harmed and maimed and injured so many women. He performs these procedures, I'll sanitize it, with no anesthesia. These are not chemical abortions. These are surgical ones without anesthesia. I was given like a muscle relaxer that I don't think kicked in. Very traumatic, very traumatic. And then within 24 hours, I was in the ER trying to preserve what was left of my reproductive organs because it was an incomplete procedure. I hemorrhaged tremendously. So at that point, I'm thinking, well, getting married and having kids that's not in my future. And so I lived a rebellious life as this single woman, never really committing to anyone because I was just like, well, for what? I'll just chase the career. So I had a very, very prosperous career in the insurance and financial industry. Then I met my husband. And then I conceive. And I'm like, okay. Mind you, I'm not a believer at this point. Mm-hmm. But I knew enough that I said, okay, I'm 26 now. Mm-hmm. I said, I can't go to a clinic. And we were not married at the time. So obviously we're living this sinful life or whatever.
Thought that you're believers. He's kind of an infant believer with that discernment, but this is when in the season where you're still going to the prosperity church. So you're living a life that you think is Christian, but really is just about you.
I was a Christian in name only. Yeah. Very, very much deceived. But in that deception, there were these moments of clarity where the moment I found out I was pregnant, I knew what not to do. So for the first time in my life, there was conviction of don't do that. And I sat on that floor and I was like, okay, if I had 3 tests, they're all positive. I guess I'm going to be somebody's mama. And I tell my husband we were engaged at the time. Yeah. And he was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And then the enemy came in and started putting all kinds of things in my life all at one time. I lose my insurance agency. He has a death in the family. There are all of these life issues that were telling me, you need to go and just get rid of this baby.
It's too much.
It's just too much.